Okay, my friends, time for the next question. Why is Paid in Full my number 499th favorite song ever? Because it got me moving and grooving in the clubs in 1987 and 88. Someone who was a nerd, who didn't want to move around, didn't want to talk to girls. Not a big time drinker yet, but I knew a good jam when I heard it. And if something made me move, I moved. So anyway, let me give you the story. Paid in Full, Eric B. and Rakim. You know it, I know it, everybody knows this damn thing. One of the greatest remixes of all time. Alright, let's talk about it. Paid in Full is a 1987 song by American hip-hop duo Eric B. and Rakim. Written and produced by group members Eric Barrier and Rakim Allah. The song was released as the fifth single from the duo's debut studio album of the same name. It became one of the group's most successful singles, owing heavily to a popular remix of a song by English electronic dance music duo Cold Cut. So, 1987, single version was 3 minutes and 48 seconds, but that goddamn Cold Cut 7 Minutes of Madness, 7 minutes and 10 seconds. Fourth and Broadway was the label. Anyway, this was the follow-up to the fourth single, Move the Crowd. Alright, so here's some background. In 1985, Eric B. launched a search for a rapper to complement his turntable work at WBOS LS radio station in New York City. Rakim responded to his search, and the two later began to record tracks together in the home studio of one of Rakim's close friends, Marley Marl. After Def Jam Recordings founder Russell Simmons heard the duo's debut single, Eric B. is President, he signed them to Island Records and began recording their debut studio album in early 1987, alternating between Marley Marl's home studio and Manhattan's Power Play Studios. The resulting album, Paid in Full, was released in July of 1987. English dance music duo Cold Cut were commissioned to produce a remix of the song to be included on the Paid in Full single. When the result being given the subtitle 7 Minutes of Madness, when Paid in Full was eventually released as the album's fifth and final single. Became a hit in the American clubs. Oh boy it was. Experienced much more commercial success overseas, however, thanks largely to the Cold Cut remix. 7 Minutes of Madness became one of the first commercially successful remixes, becoming a top 15 hit in countries such as Germany, the Netherlands, and the UK. Cold Cut were paid £700 for their remix work. Woohoo, big bucks, right? Despite its success, Eric B. dismissed the remix as girly disco music. Rakim, however, called it the best remix he had ever heard. Along with the track Move the Crowd, Paid in Full peaked at number 3 on the U.S. Hot Dance Club Play chart. Like much of the duo's output, Paid in Full, produced by Eric B. and Rakim themselves, utilizes several sampled elements. To construct the song's drum track, Eric B. looped a portion from Ashley's Roach Clip, a 1974 song by funk group The Soul Searchers. The bass line was sampled from Don't Look Any Further by singers Dennis Edwards and Sita Garrett. Towards the end of the track, Eric B. also repeatedly scratches the line, "This stuff is really fresh," from Change the Beat, a much sampled record by hip-hop pioneer Fab Five Freddy. Cold Cut's remix of Paid in Full has been described as a selective remix, one which adds or subtracts material from the original composition. Cold Cut incorporated several new elements in producing their remix, including the addition of various vocal samples, which I won't get into here because then this video will be 30 minutes. Back to the recording, Paid in Full is one of 3 songs the duo recorded at Power Play Studios the night before a record label deadline. Engineer Eli Tubo substituted for Patrick Adams, who engineered most of the tracks on the album, but was too tired to work another overnight session. Rakim wrote the lyrics in about 5 minutes, just before recording, and Eric B. added the ad-lib at the end to lengthen the song. Critical reception. Paid in Full received acclaim from music critics who complimented the song's lyrics and production. British DJ and presenter of radio and television Tim Westwood picked it as one of his favorites in 1995, adding, "This defines the sound of hip-hop for years to come." Rakim was the greatest lyricist of all time. Incredible lyrics. They conjure up incredible imagery. Rolling Stone magazine named Paid in Full the 10th greatest hip-hop song of all time and number 132 best song on their best 500 list. So what am I doing wrong here at $4.99? I guess they should be ranking it higher. But, we all got our own surveys to do, don't we? Rakim's wordplay was praised and comparisons were drawn to American jazz musician John Coltrane. Rakim's incandescent thought bubble rap, barely a minute long, is all ice flow and slide beat dodging, a good versus evil meditation that calmly frames thug life inside real life, economics, and a novelist's eye for detail. In 2022, the magazine also ranked it the number 36 song on their list of the 200 greatest dance songs of all time. VH1 placed the song at number 24 on the list of the 100 greatest hip-hop songs. On the charts, let's see, as I mentioned, it did very well in a lot of different countries. In New Zealand, it actually hit number 2. In the Netherlands, it hit number 5. On the U.S. R&B chart, Billboard, it was number 65. And as I mentioned, it hit number 3 in the dance chart in the U.S. in Billboard. So, it's a classic. A lot of stuff came after. Definitely very much influenced by Paid in Full. I mean, it was around the same time you had Pump Up the Volume by Mars, which was a tremendous production as well. Kind of put the two kind of in comparison because they were both around the same time period, but they both revolutionized hip-hop and remixing and dance music. So, a tip you had to Eric B. and Rakim. Certainly deserved to be nominated for Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Probably more for this than for anything else. So that's it. That's all I got for you now on Paid in Full. Eric B. and Rakim, number 499. I got a long, long way to go. I'm going to try and do one a day. If I live long enough. Kidding. I'm going to be here forever. Paul the Pop Music Freak, signing out. Later.